Hey, how's it going? This is Marty Kokish, and welcome to my garage. Today I'm going to show you how to put a aftermarket car stereo in your car. I bought one for the MG, and it's not getting a whole lot of use, so I figured I'd throw it in my wife's Jeep. So um, this will be putting an aftermarket stereo in a 1998 Jeep Grand Cherokee. So here's a couple of the things that you're going to need.
So most importantly, you're going to need an aftermarket radio. Here's the adapter that I picked up for the car. It's a DIN to DIN and a half converter, so this will fit in the slot that's left open by my radio. And another thing I've got here is I've got a wiring harness adapter. Basically, these wires right here. These will match up to the wires that come out of the stereo. Now, as far as tools, basically two kinds of wire splicers that I use most of the times. I use something like this for most of my home electrical wiring and stuff. I find it much easier to use and stuff, but actually for this, I'm going to use something like this. When you're using butt connectors like this. So basically, let me open this guy up. Just looks like this. It's metal inside. You stick wire into one end, the other wire into the other, and then you'll slip this into here, crimp them, hold the wire in place, and that's about it. And then lastly, screwdrivers or whatever the hell else you need to get your dash apart. It's kind of going to be a mystery depending on what you're after, but for the most part, Phillips head, flathead screwdriver should do the trick. I'm sure you're going to stumble across maybe some small sockets or whatever, so have socket wrench and stuff handy, but that's about it.
Okay, so for starters, I've disconnected the wiring harness from the stereo just to work with it a little bit easier, and I've got my new adapter deal, and I'm just going to match up these wires and put them together with the butt connectors. But
here you go.
this is pre-stripped, so I don't have to worry about it. But that's about how much you'll need to take off of the wire. Not a whole lot. I don't know, like quarter or half inch, whatever. And then you just insert it into the butt connector, just enough so it's pretty firm in the metal lining in there. And then I kind of screwed up when I told you to use this part of the stripper. That's actually for like coax, like a house TV connector thing. But so you take it's actually on this top end, and mine happens to be marked with the different colors of the different connectors. So the middle one here is blue, so that'll crimp a blue butt connector the right amount without over crimping it or whatever. So, but basically just sticking this into here, crimp down. Make sure this is nice and firm. You don't want it to wiggle out while it's once you got the stereo all in and it's in your dash. That would be a pain in the ass. So there's that. Okay, so remember that part I was talking about where the colors of the wires will just match up and stuff? Completely ignore that because these didn't at all. So luckily, let's see, here it is. The adapter on the back of the packaging had this handy dandy legend that tells what each of the wires do, and the ones coming out of the stereo are labeled, so I could match them up, so they're doing the right things. But rarely, like here we've got purple going to blue, we've got white going to yellow, and none of it really matched up. So yeah, so next up we're gonna actually take apart the dash and put it in.
Okay, first thing I'm gonna do is, I've already loosened it, but this trim panel underneath the stereo, this will need to come out. Just pops right out. On the other side, it's kind of dark over there, but on the other side there's this one that goes around the light controls and stuff. This just pops out too. And as you can see, hiding behind there, here, and there's a couple other ones, but all these screws will need to come out. And then up under the lip, up under here, there's, let's see, 4 or 5 screws that are going to need to come out. And then I believe this whole dash piece up here will come out. Okay, so after those screws came out, that entire top piece of the dash just popped right out. So now it looks like I've got 2 10mm bolts, one here, one there, and then after that the old radio should come right out. Okay, now I've got that radio out. You can see here's the 2 plugs that are going to go into the adapter I have, and then this guy right here is the antenna, and that'll plug right into the radio itself. So time to put the new one in. Okay, next up we're gonna get the adapter plate deal ready to go in, and they have several different holes and stuff on here to accommodate for different cars and models and years and stuff like that. But basically all I'm concerned with is what side's up and what side's down. And if you know, from looking at the stock radio I just took out of there, looks like it's going to use this hole and this hole, so I know this is the top. Basically what I'm going to want to do is, here I've got the new stereo and stuff, and it's got this sleeve around it, and I want to put this sleeve in the adapter. So you'll either have 2 little metal slot things that go in here and push out on these clasps that hold it in, or you can just use like a flathead screwdriver and pry up on it, and then this will come right off. And then this guy right here, it's got a bunch of little flanges and stuff, so depending on what type of adapter you're using to put it in your dash and stuff. So I'm going to take this, put it in here. So get it in there nice and snug, and then the flanges that are either behind or make contact with the lip of the adapter, you want to push those out with something like a screwdriver, something like that, and that'll keep this locked firmly in. Well, the first thing I'm gonna do when putting this back together is I'm gonna hook up the wiring harness, because it's a lot easier to get at this stuff while it's still open rather than trying to reach in through the little slot for the radio. So do that right now. Okay, we got the adapter assembly deal, and got the harness in, got our antenna right there. So next up we just need to put in the stereo. Okay, so we've got everything in, put back together, plugged in, and now would be the time to test. Be sure everything works and all your speakers are working, and if that's the case, go ahead and put your dash back together and you're good to go. Otherwise, double check your wires, make sure none are loose or anything, but that is about it. So yeah, thanks for watching.